Cue me.
What's up, everyone? This is Robert Proia, aka Proianoia, and this is Behind the Beat of VICEGRIP, This Sick Feeling. Let's go! When I first heard the vision for the song, I thought it was pretty crazy.
My moods are dependent on the season, all through which I'm praying to a God I don't believe in, leaving.
My initial reaction was that I thought it was funny just because of the voice recording that I was sent, but I did see the vision and I was just fired up. Like every time Alessandro sends me a recording of an idea that he has, like it just gets me fired up. I've been on set for pretty much every movie that he's filmed, every short film, every trailer, every music video. So just being there and seeing the intensity of everything that he created, just the whole vibe of the story and how each character has a different story to be told, that just informed me on how I could make a song that would kind of wrap that all into one theme for the whole series. And it turns out he had the lyrics written from high school, and now that he was able to apply those lyrics to a series, he needed a song. So me being on set really gave me an insight into how I could tie in all these sounds that I've been hearing throughout the filming of the series and really just put it all together and make it form an intense, hard-hitting intro that welcomes you into the world of VICEGRIP. So the entire song consists of three main parts. There was the first chorus, then there's a little breakdown / bridge part where everything kind of calms down, and then there was the final chorus. So the first element was the drums. I started off with a kick snare pattern. I just wanted to make it hit really hard and kind of like throw you off a little bit. It's not your typical kick snare pattern. There's a lot going on with it. It's just very punchy. So this is what I have. Then I added the hi-hats. So for most songs, I think a lot of producers would just leave it at there, kick, snare, hi-hat. I wanted to add another layer of hats. It was more of like I added like a ride cymbal that was kind of going along with that beat. It's a simple pattern. It just gave it a sort of texture that was more dark, not heavy metal, but like a lot of rock songs have that ride cymbal going on with the beat. So I just wanted to add that element to it as well, just as something different. I just wanted to kind of do a fusion of a few different genres, and this is what it sounds like with the ride in there. The only other thing I did was I actually added a little tambourine section. It's not something prominent, it's just something that adds to the feel of the whole song. And then lastly, what I added to the drums was just basic crashes on the one of each bar. And then there's also reverse crashes at the end of each chorus section, just to lead off into the next section. So at the end of the first chorus, there's a reverse crash that goes into the breakdown part. And same thing, going from the breakdown into the second chorus, there's another reverse. It just kind of adds to that tension. So after the drums, I moved on to the melody. It took me a while to find the right sound to use for it, just because I was trying to experiment with different weird noises, but I ended up landing on an FL Studio stock sound. It's called Bionic Bells, so the name itself already kind of gives away that it's gonna be a weird sounding sound. So once I figured out the Bionic Bells that I wanted to use, this is how it came out. I wanted to do some piano chords with it just to add to that dark ambience. And then paired with the melody, it sounds like this. So again, it really just plays into that whole like dark atmosphere, tension building, vibe of the whole song. The bass line again is super simple. It's just kind of like a dark underlying counter melody of the melody. And I ended up using another stock FL Studio sound. It was just a saw wave from Citrus. I ended up basically using a bunch of plugins to kind of shelf out all the high end information and kind of just keep all the low end information of the sound in there, again, just to add to that dark sounding bass line. So this is what that sounds like. So one of the cooler parts of the beat that we added in later on is the stomping part that comes in just before the big build up to the second beat drop. And that was actually Alessandro's idea. I looked through like a bunch of different kick sounds, added a reverb to it. I made it pan from left to right, so each stomp is coming in the left ear, then switching over the right ear each time. Then the volume just kind of builds gradually over time so that it feels like something's coming, something big is coming. So yeah, this is what that sounds like. And then with the bass as well. The last main element of the beat was an electric guitar. I thought this really added to the intensity after the second beat drop, and Alessandro wanted the beat drop to be very like super high intensity. So I thought an electric guitar was a perfect touch. And then some of that also bleeds into the ending of the build-up part, but right before the second beat drop, you kind of get a little bit of that electric guitar in there just before the drop, and again, that kind of adds to the intensity and the tension and the build-up, and just really leads the listener on into what's going to be coming next, the big second beat drop. So this is what it sounds like in the context of the build-up part. Me and Alessandro's partnership started years back. We were co-workers at the same job, and then we became friends over time, and I saw that he was starting to get into film, so I kind of reached out to him to go on set with him. Got to experience my first film set. I love the vibe, I love the energy of being on set and seeing ideas come to life. Just slowly over time, I would start sending him music, getting his opinion on it. We started to collaborate more on working on music together for the films, and we just kept working on more and more songs, hitting up the studio together, talking about our ideas, and now we're kind of on this like creative journey together. Like he's helping me find my way, find my sound, build connections, and like come up in this industry. And I've learned a lot from him and how to get things done and how to make your visions come to reality. If you would have asked me years ago when we were just co-workers that like it would turn into this whole creative journey, I would have never thought in a million years that it would happen. We had the whole cast from the entire series all in this one bar. It was hot, it was sweaty. There was fighting going on, drinking, gambling. It was just an overall crazy video, but it was super fun to watch it all unfold in front of my eyes, and like to actually be part of that was really inspiring. And every time that I leave, like I always feel inspired by like the work that I just saw. It all started out as an idea that Alessandro had. He came to me for a song. A couple months later, like we're making the music video.
My boots are dependent on the season, off of which I'm praying to a God I don't believe it. Every ounce of sanity and reason, back at home so I can go on chasing.
Alright, my name is Proianoia. This has been the beat breakdown for VICEGRIP's This Sick Feeling. This video is unlike anything you've ever seen before. Your mind's gonna be blown. You're gonna feel the rage. You're gonna want to punch a hole in your grandmother's kitchen wall. Let me do that again. This is gonna tear the roof off of whatever room you're in when you play it. You're gonna be filled with so much rage, but it's gonna be a good type of rage because you're gonna want to listen to the rest of the songs that come in the series. VICEGRIP, This Sick Feeling, coming soon. Okay, cut.